So I just unboxed my brand new iPad mini, and to go along with it, I have purchased this iPad mini Smart Folio case. Now, I have used Apple cases in the past, and for phones, I've absolutely loved them. But with iPads, I've generally found that they're overpriced and don't really serve the purpose really well, and there's just cheaper alternatives that are better. But I'm hoping this one is different. So this is the iPad mini Smart Folio. It costs $60, and it is in the English Lavender color to go ahead and match my purple my iPad mini 6th generation. So I'm going to go ahead, pull this out, and give you guys a close look at what this folio case looks like and whether you should get it or not for your own iPad. So right off the bat, it is a very, very nice light pink color. It definitely reminds me of the Wisteria Apple leather case that is available for the iPhones this year. So you guys can see right here, right next to it. So this purple is definitely way more muted compared to this. This is a much louder and I want to say almost saturated purple compared to this, which is very mildly, like very almost unsaturated. Desaturated? Is it unsaturated or desaturated? One of those two. So it's a very faint purple, but this is a very loud purple. So let me go ahead, open this up, and show you guys what you get on the inside. So here you have a felt lined inside on both sides. So it's very soft, and I think it will do a good job of making sure your iPad doesn't get scratched up. And it will magnetically attach. You don't need to, clip it on or anything. It magnetically attaches to your iPad. So there we go, attached and closed. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna give you guys a good look at all 4 angles of this. It leaves the side where the Apple Pencil would go uncovered. You've got your cutout. So there's no cutouts on this actually because everything is pretty much exposed otherwise. The back is fully covered, and it is the edge of this, the edge near the camera is raised, so you don't have to worry about your camera getting scratched. And it is all flat, so you won't have it wobble on you. This will be a flat laid surface. So the biggest thing I've noticed about cases like this is that the magnetic power isn't strong enough. So let me try to pull off the iPad and see. Yeah. So it goes on gently, but it does take a decent amount of pressure to pull off. So that's a good thing. That means that these magnets I'm actually not worried about. I think it will do a pretty decent job of making sure that the iPad doesn't fall out of the case unless you really want it to fall out. So that's what it took. It took a lot of basically shaking, violent shaking, for it to come out. I honestly would have wished that it would have been a little bit stronger, but it's not too bad unless you're actively shaking it. Even just holding it like this, nothing happens. Like I have it like this, it's not really doing anything too bad. So shouldn't be an issue unless you're absolutely just going crazy on it 24/7. So it does fold up like this to let you prop up the case like that. So it does look pretty good in this angle. Let me go ahead and unlock the iPad. That's nice. Okay, looks good. So how does the magnet hold? Does it tip over? So it does kind of, when you tap it a little bit harder near the top, it does shake more than some of the other iPad cases I've used. But I do think it's just because of the smaller size. Because the bigger iPads don't have a problem with this, but I have noticed that the smaller size does seem to not give it as much footing, almost like it doesn't feel because of that. But it won't tip over unless I'm intentionally trying to tap it, and it resisted until I really gave it a hard knock. So unless somebody actively pushes it over, you're gonna be good. Beyond that, let me go ahead and see if the case magnetically attaches on the back, and yes, it does. So this is an important feature that a lot of Amazon cases seem to miss, is that they don't have the back that attaches or sticks back on here. So I have this case for my iPad 9 where it's a similar kind of folio style case, but when I flip it out and try to hold the cover back, it doesn't have a magnet. So whenever I turn it around, it just falls right down. It sucks, because a magnet would be nice, because if I'm holding the iPad open in my hand, I would like it to just stick instead of, falling right down. So that's a great thing. I am happy to see that Apple has made sure that it sticks, and it sticks really well. And it looks, and even the fit and finish is good. The cover does move around a little bit. it's just, I think that, you know, because this isn't like very tight, it's a gentle, like loose fit around the hinge. It's just because I guess they know you're going to be opening it and closing it, so they didn't want to give it too tight of a fit. It does cause a little bit of movement here, so when you put it in a bag, take it out, it might rub your screen. So if there is any dirt whatsoever on here, there is a chance without a screen protector, you might end up just like scratching it right into your display, which is unfortunate, but it sucks. But if you do want a screen protector, I'll have that linked down in the description as well if you do want to pick up a screen protector for your iPad mini 6. But let me move on and try this position. So this is another position that usually doesn't work well with cases that have this folio style thing, but with this, it actually seems to be working pretty well. I like this actually. Let's see. Yeah, so I can use it very comfortably. It doesn't tip over. It stays well, and I can tap it. Nothing happens. Yeah, that is fantastic. I definitely am happy about this. So at $60, I'm not disappointed, but I'm definitely not understanding why it's $60. At $30, I'd be okay with this case. At $60, it feels like you're not really getting enough of your money's worth, because the only thing this case really does, the only smart thing about it is that when you close it, it turns off the display, or when you open the case, it turns on your display. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else smart about it. It's just a few magnets and a trifold front cover, which props up your iPad. Now, propping up your iPad is important because, you know, most of the time you're not going to have it in your hand. You're going to have it on a table or something, and you'll be able to watch movies or whatever with it that way. But $60 feels like a little bit of a stretch. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm definitely going to be comparing this one to a few more case options that I'll find on the internet and whatnot, just to see if this case provides something that is worth that extra bit of money in a future video. So go ahead, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more iPad mini case content and comparisons, a lot more coming your way. And if you want to go check this case out or any other cases that I do end up finding for the iPad mini that I like, I'll have them linked all in the description, so go ahead, go check those out. They really do help the channel, guys, so I really appreciate it every time you guys click one of those links. That's going to be it for this one, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on social media right here. I'll have the handles on the screen. Of course, I'll have them linked down in the description as well. And if you did get a Smart Folio case, let me know what you think. And would you pay $60 for this? I don't know. I'm undecided yet, but it's not as terrible as I was assuming it might be. That's it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.